In the vibrant town of Animville, two best friends, Hops the rabbit and Whiskers the hamster, hopped and scurried around. The sun shone brightly, casting playful shadows as they reveled in their favorite game of hide-and-seek. 10, 9, 8. Hops counted aloud, his long ears twitching with excitement. Ready or not, here I come. Whiskers, always on the lookout for the most obscure hiding spots, chose the Animville Museum this time. As he squeezed behind an old wooden display, his tiny paw brushed against something cold. Pulling it out, he discovered a dusty, yet gleaming, medallion. Its center showcased an intricate engraving of a legendary pet hero of Animville, with emblems and symbols dancing around the edges. "Gotcha!" exclaimed Hops, who had followed the gleam to find Whiskers. Both of them stared in awe at the medallion. Their curiosity piqued. "Do you think it's magical?" Whiskers whispered, his eyes round with wonder. "I don't know," replied Hops, "but we should definitely find out." With the medallion safely tucked in Whiskers' tiny bag, they approached Miss Purrington, the elegant cat curator of the museum. Her glasses sat perched on her nose as she inspected the artifact. "Ah, this medallion," she purred. "There are tales about it, but its full history remains somewhat ambiguous. Legend says it holds powers, but no one really knows for certain." Hops and Whiskers exchanged excited glances. They had stumbled upon an Animville mystery, and they were determined to unravel it. "We should research more," suggested Whiskers, always the more practical one. "Maybe there are older pets in town who know about this." As the day turned into evening, the two friends left the museum, with the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. However, unknown to them, a shadowy figure from a nearby alley had been watching them intently. The mysterious pet's eyes glistened with a mix of curiosity and perhaps greed? Back at their cozy home, the duo meticulously planned their journey for the next day. The Animville train station, with its myriad of traveling pets, seemed like the perfect place to start. Night fell, and as the town of Animville began to drift into slumber, Hops and Whiskers too settled down, dreaming of the adventures that awaited them. Yet, the question loomed large in their minds. What secrets did the medallion truly hold? Outside their window, a silhouetted figure lingered briefly, its eyes fixated on the house, before disappearing into the shadows. The chase for the medallion's secrets had truly begun. The Animville train station was a hubbub of activity as the sun stretched its rays over the town. Trains chugged in and out, carrying pets from all corners, each with a story to tell. It was this rich tapestry of tales that Hops and Whiskers hoped to dive into. As they scanned the bustling crowd, Whiskers pointed towards an elderly tortoise, Mr. Sheldon, who was leisurely sharing tales with a group of young kittens. His ancient eyes seemed to hold centuries of memories. "Excuse us, Mr. Sheldon," began Hops. "We found this medallion at the museum, and we were hoping you might know something about it." Mr. Sheldon adjusted his glasses and peered at the medallion. His gaze deepened, and a slow, thoughtful smile spread across his face. "I remember tales of that medallion," he began, his voice raspy yet gentle. "It was said to have the power to grant wishes. But, like all powers, it needs to be used wisely." The duo listened, spellbound, as Sheldon narrated stories of pets whose wishes had gone awry, causing chaos or sometimes humorous results. But he also warned of its potential dangers. "It's not just about what you wish for, but how you wish for it," he cautioned. Their conversation was suddenly interrupted by a commotion. Overturned luggage, spilled pet treats, and alarmed shouts painted a scene of chaos. At the center of it all was a mischievous monkey, swinging from the station's chandeliers. "That's Momo," exclaimed a parrot. "He's been causing quite a ruckus at the zoo lately." Hops and Whiskers exchanged glances. "The zoo," whispered Whiskers. "Maybe someone there knows more about the medallion's origins." But as they prepared to leave, Whiskers suddenly felt the weight of emptiness in his bag. Panic filled his eyes as he realized the medallion was missing. The duo scrambled, searching frantically amidst the confusion Momo had caused. After what felt like hours, Hops let out a sigh of relief as he found the medallion beneath a scattered newspaper. But as they retrieved it, they noticed a shadowy figure watching them from a distance. The duo looked at each other and then back at the shadowy figure, but it had already disappeared. Determined not to be deterred and filled with new resolve, the friends set their sights on the Animville Zoo. They hoped the answers they sought would be found amidst its wild residents. But the questions lingered, growing in number. Who was the mysterious shadowy figure? And why were they so interested in the medallion? With the silhouette of the zoo gates on the horizon and Momo's distant laughter echoing behind them, the adventure was just beginning. The secrets of the medallion beckoned, and they were eager to uncover them. Upon entering the Animville Zoo, the sights and sounds of animals from all over greeted Hops and Whiskers. From the elegant dance of the flamingos to the lion's mighty roar, it was a haven of nature's wonders. However, their focus remained on Momo, the mischievous monkey who seemed to be the talk of the town. Tracking down Momo was no easy task. His playful nature had him darting from tree to tree, laughing gleefully at the duo's attempts to catch him. But, after a trail of stolen bananas and some clever teamwork, they finally cornered the cheeky monkey. "Hey, what's all this about?" Momo protested, trying to appear innocent. "We heard you knew the legendary pet hero depicted on this medallion," Whiskers explained, showing him their precious find. Momo's eyes widened with recognition. "Ah, that! It reminds me of tales from my younger days," he reminisced. "There's a place, deep within the forest, where secrets of the medallion lie hidden." Without needing further prompting, the trio, now with Momo leading the way, ventured towards the heart of Animville's forest. Tall trees formed a canopy overhead, their shadows dancing on the ground, making the surroundings seem both mystical and ominous. As they journeyed deeper, they encountered challenges. There were riddles etched onto ancient stones, which they needed to solve to find the right path. Whiskers' wit, Hop's keen senses, and Momo's agile maneuvers were all put to the test. Hours seemed to pass, and just when they were about to lose hope, Momo pointed to a peculiar-looking tree. Its roots formed a doorway leading underground. "This is it," he whispered, "the Chamber of Secrets." Inside, the walls were adorned with inscriptions and paintings depicting the history of the medallion. It revealed tales of brave pets who'd wielded its power and of times when Animville was thrown into chaos due to its misuse. Hops carefully read an inscription which warned of the medallion's potential to corrupt those with weak intentions. It was a powerful artifact, one that needed to be safeguarded. The atmosphere grew heavy as the weight of their discovery sunk in. Momo, looking remorseful, confessed, "I once wished to use the medallion's power for my own gain. But seeing its history, I realized the dangers. We need to protect it," Whiskers stated, determination evident in his eyes. But as they prepared to leave the chamber, a chilling realization struck them. The medallion, which Hops had placed on a stone pedestal, had vanished. The faint echo of footsteps and a familiar shadow told them all they needed to know. Their mysterious stalker, a chameleon named Camo, had been with them, blending seamlessly into the surroundings. With the medallion now in uncertain hands and the mysteries of its past laid bare, the trio knew their quest was far from over. How would they retrieve the medallion and ensure its safety? The race against time had begun. As the echo of Camo's footsteps faded, the team knew they had to act swiftly. With Momo's agility, Whiskers' intellect, and Hop's keen intuition, they began to strategize. Whiskers remembered seeing an old map at the museum which mentioned the heart of Animville, a central landmark that was believed to magnify the energy of any magical artifact. If Camo knew of the medallion's powers, that would be his likely destination. The trio rushed out of the forest, with each second feeling like an eternity. The heart of Animville was a beautiful glade with a sparkling pond, surrounded by stones that hummed with an otherworldly energy. As they reached, they found Camo, holding the medallion aloft, its glow intensifying. "With this, I won't be invisible anymore. Everyone will finally see me," Camo exclaimed, bitterness evident in his voice. Whiskers approached him slowly, compassion in his eyes. "Camo, we understand the pain of feeling unseen. But using the medallion this way isn't the answer. Camo's eyes glistened with tears. All my life, I've blended into the background, unnoticed, unappreciated. I thought this was my chance. Hops joined in. Real connections come from the heart, not from power or attention. The pets in Animville are kind and understanding. Give them, and yourself, a chance. Momo added, I too wanted to be the center of attention, but I learned that true happiness comes from genuine friendships and self-acceptance. A heavy silence enveloped the glade. After a few moments, Camo's grip on the medallion loosened. With a deep sigh, he handed it back to Whiskers. I'm sorry, he murmured. The atmosphere changed instantly. The humming stones seemed to sing a soothing tune, and the pond reflected the unity of the gathered pets. Whiskers, realizing the medallion's potential dangers, decided its best place was back in the museum, under Miss Purrington's watchful eyes. Camo, with the support of his new friends, decided to volunteer at the museum, ensuring the medallion's safety and sharing its history with other pets. The day ended with a beautiful sunset over Animville, casting a golden hue over the town and its residents. Bonds were forged, lessons were learned, and adventures were had. And while the medallion was now safe, Hops, Whiskers, Momo, and even Camo knew that their bonds and the memories they created were the real treasures. In the quiet streets of Animville, one could hear the distant chatter and laughter of pets, echoing the tales of bravery, friendship, and the unforgettable adventure of a rabbit, a hamster, a monkey, and a chameleon.